Welcome to Manila Updates TV. Subscribe and press the bell icon for more updates. The West Philippine Sea is a powder keg. This morning, a Philippine Coast Guard vessel faced a close call with a Chinese maritime militia ship near Pagasa Island. These dangerous encounters are now routine, each one a potential spark for wider conflict. The world watches as rival crews navigate a high-stakes standoff, knowing a single mistake could trigger disaster. At the heart of this tension is a contest for control, resources, and sovereignty in one of the world's busiest sea lanes. China's sweeping claims clash with those of the Philippines and other Southeast Asian nations, but nowhere is the friction more intense than around the Spratly Islands. The Philippines, under mounting pressure, is taking action, not with threats but with construction and resolve. Pagasa Island, once a remote outpost, is now the front line in a geopolitical chess match. Here, power is measured not just by warships, but by the act of building and holding ground. Manila is sending a clear message: it will not be pushed out of its own backyard. The transformation of Pagasa is a symbol of national defiance and determination. Billions in trade and untapped energy resources are at stake beneath these contested waters. For the Philippines, this is about more than economics. It's about pride, integrity, and the future of its maritime rights. The newly paved runway on Pagasa marks a line in the sand. Each close call is a reminder. This Cold War of patrols and construction could turn hot, drawing in regional and global powers. Pagasa Island, once a quiet fishing village, is now the Philippines' most fortified outpost in the Spratlys. For years, it was overshadowed by China's massive artificial islands nearby. That era is over. Manila has launched an ambitious transformation, turning Pagasa into a frontline military and civilian hub. The goal: make the island viable, sustainable, and defensible. This is a direct response to years of Chinese encroachment. The old crumbling airstrip has been replaced by a modern runway. New buildings and a port are rising, designed for larger vessels and expanded operations. These upgrades mark a shift from passive assertion to active fortification. Construction echoes across the island, a bold declaration of intent. The Philippines is now playing the same game as China, building to assert control, but on a smaller scale. By investing in Pagasa, Manila is raising the stakes and making any aggression costlier. The island is being hardened both physically and symbolically against Beijing's pressure. Pagasa is no longer just a claim marker, it's the nerve center of Philippine defense in the West Philippine Sea. The transformation is a message to the world. The Philippines is here to stay. Every new structure is a testament to national resolve. Building on Pagasa is a logistical feat. Every bag of cement and steel beam must cross open sea. The centerpiece is a new port, allowing larger naval and Coast Guard ships to dock directly. This ends the days of risky offshore anchoring and makes resupply far more reliable. New barracks, a communications tower, and aircraft hangars are rising, turning Pagasa into a true forward base. These facilities enable a larger, more permanent military presence and faster response to incidents. Civilian infrastructure is also being upgraded. Better housing, power, and water systems make life more secure for residents. Civilians are crucial. They turn Pagasa from a military outpost into a living Filipino town, strengthening the legal claim. Every construction project is a statement of intent and a physical assertion of sovereignty. In the South China Sea, building is power. China's sprawling bases set the precedent. Now the Philippines is following suit. The tools of construction are the tools of sovereignty. Pagasa's transformation is a concrete answer to encroachment. The new runway on Pagasa is a game changer. The old eroded airstrip limited operations and left the island vulnerable. Now, a 1.3-kilometer concrete runway can handle large military transport planes. Troops, supplies, and advanced surveillance aircraft can arrive quickly, boosting the island's strategic value. The runway shortens the distance between the front line and the mainland, enabling rapid reinforcement. With patrol aircraft based on Pagasa, the military can monitor Chinese movements more closely than ever. This enhanced domain awareness is a powerful deterrent. The runway also means faster medical evacuations and more reliable logistics for civilians. In a crisis, the ability to reinforce or evacuate is decisive. The new runway transforms Pagasa from a vulnerable outpost into a resilient forward base. It's more than concrete. It's a lifeline and a symbol of national will. The front line is now firmly anchored on Pagasa. Fortifying Pagasa is part of a broader Philippine strategy: assert sovereignty through active presence. After years of fruitless diplomatic protests, Manila is now focused on occupation and visibility. The core principle: you can't defend what you don't occupy. Maritime patrols have increased in frequency and visibility, often with journalists on board to document Chinese aggression. This assertive transparency aims to rally international support and expose gray zone tactics. Observation posts on other small islands are being upgraded with better communications and surveillance. Marines stationed on these outposts now have improved living conditions, allowing longer deployments. This network acts as a tripwire, providing early warning and demonstrating the breadth of Philippine presence. The challenge from China is military, administrative, and psychological. By building up Pagasa and publicizing incidents, the Philippines is fighting on all fronts. The goal: create a new status quo where Philippine presence is undeniable. It's a patient, long-term strategy to shift the balance. The Philippines' actions are grounded in a 2016 international tribunal ruling that invalidated China's sweeping claims. The tribunal sided with Manila, affirming its rights within its exclusive economic zone. But China rejected the ruling outright, accelerating its activities in disputed waters. Filipino fishermen still face harassment, and Chinese vessels continue to operate deep within Philippine waters. With legal avenues exhausted, Manila is enforcing its rights on the ground through construction and occupation. The fortification of Pagasa is a direct response to China's defiance. The situation exposes a weakness in international law rulings lack enforcement. The Philippines faces a stark choice: acquiesce or push back. By building on Pagasa, Manila has chosen to resist, despite the risks. It's a bold move born of frustration and necessity. Pagasa is unique in the Spratlys for its civilian community. Families live, work, and send their children to school here, making the island a genuine Filipino municipality. Civilian presence strengthens the legal claim. Under international law, habitable islands generate maritime rights. The government encourages settlement with incentives, aiming to grow the community. Life is tough. Residents face isolation, Chinese patrols, and constant tension. The new runway and port promise better supplies and faster medical help, but the threat remains. Civilians complicate military calculations. Any attack risks international outrage. Their presence raises the stakes and makes Pagasa more than just a military outpost. These pioneers are both the island's heart and its shield. Pagasa sits just over 12 nautical miles from China's heavily militarized Subi Reef. Philippine forces are in constant, close-quarters tension with a major Chinese base. Patrols and resupply missions are routinely shadowed and challenged by Chinese vessels and aircraft. The risk of miscalculation is ever present. A single error could spark a crisis. China's artificial islands form a strategic triangle, projecting power across the South China Sea. The Philippines is fortifying Pagasa in the shadow of these giants. Both sides watch each other closely, creating a high-stakes environment of mutual surveillance. It's a volatile stalemate, maintained by deterrence and a shared fear of escalation. The balance is fragile, and the stakes are enormous. The Philippines is not alone. Its alliance with the United States is a crucial deterrent. The 1951 Mutual Defense Treaty commits both nations to defend each other in case of attack, including in the South China Sea. Recent agreements have deepened U.S. military access to Philippine bases near the contested waters. Joint training, pre-positioned equipment, and frequent patrols enhance Manila's defense capabilities. While U.S. forces aren't on Pagasa, their presence on nearby Palawan is a constant reminder to Beijing. This alliance raises the cost of aggression and gives the Philippines strategic breathing room. Pagasa's transformation, backed by U.S. support, signals a new phase in the dispute. The island is now a symbol of Philippine resilience and resolve. Its fate is a bellwether for the future of the South China Sea. The stakes extend beyond Manila and Beijing. They affect the entire region. As construction continues and patrols intensify, Pagasa stands as a monument to a nation's fight for its rights. The contest for the South China Sea is far from over.